live. We are live on the Marks Wrestling Podcast. I am Austin Pezhal, your host of the show. And with me, as of right now, JP will be along in just a little bit. He's wrapping up some trivia. Is Richie Goodacre. How's it going, Richie?
Yeah, no, going good. Yeah. Well, another week, another pay-per-view to talk about. I don't. It's hard to believe because I think they forgot it. I think AEW forgot this pay-per-view. That's to talk about as well. We'll get to it. Yeah. But hey, always good to talk wrestling. Decent amount of news. Yeah. So, should be a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure JPO has a lot of news on the docket as well that we'll get into.
Yeah, no, and I don't mind having a slightly shorter, thing tonight, just going like news into predictions and wrapping it up tonight. I am tired. I had to go in an hour earlier than I usually go in today to help somebody out. So, yeah, I'm a little exhausted, but I got to get some sleep before I go watch the Odyssey for a second time tomorrow. So,
you doing the 40X thing?
Yeah, we're gonna try it. I know it's a long movie to do it with, but we're gonna give it a shot and see what happens. We're gonna take some non-drowsy Dramamine before we go and see if I can help a little bit. So, that's a whole nother review for another episode. But yeah, just quickly, before JPO gets here, I'll go ahead and run down the fantasy scores. Mathematically, Richie, you might be eliminated. I'm sorry, buddy. You only had about 40 points this week. You didn't have the lowest score of the week. Rhonda actually only had 15 this week. But yeah, you're at 1635, unfortunately. So you're pretty much knocked out. Just kind of looking at your roster, you don't have a lot of people lined up for SummerSlam, so I don't think that's going to help you.
The more and more I think about this, the more and more I didn't realize Danhausen was going to wrestle so much, and he's going to match at SummerSlam. What the fuck?
Yeah, I think you would use, as of right now, you have Royce Keys is in that 6-man tag. You got Javon Evans. Is he in anything or not? I don't think so.
Not at the moment, no. I feel like they might have cooled off on him a bit. But anyway.
Yeah, Fatu's in the 6-man, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so yeah, I don't think SummerSlam is going to help you out, buddy. I'm sorry to say. We'll try again with AEW here in a few weeks. And then oh, hey, speaking of guys who will try again in a few weeks, JPO, what's going on, buddy?
What am I doing in a few weeks?
I don't know. I was trying to make a transition and I failed miserably.
Okay, I've been in that boat before. What's up, boys? Just give some PYP pick your poison trivia.
Yeah. Speaking of a guy who likes to pick his poison, JPO, how's it going? No,
hey, there we go.
Still trying to make it.
I guess I do. I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're just in time. I was just running down quickly the fantasy scores. Unfortunately, given the news that Richie's pretty much mathematically eliminated, being about 300 points behind, with only people on his roster on SummerSlam are all in that 1 6-man tag match. So that's about it, unfortunately. So not looking good for Richie. So sorry, buddy.
And I was saying that I didn't realize how much Danhausen was going to wrestle. I should have just picked him up.
And he's undefeated. He never loses. Yeah. So, as far as the rest of things, Ronda has actually slipped into third at 1850. Had kind of a rough week. Only had 15 points on the week. No, it was this week was between me and you, JPO. You had about 75 points or so not a bad week, including Saturday night's main event. I had 125, so I made up some ground between the 3 shows, including on SummerSlam. It was a miracle, guys. My 2 tag teams wrestled on TV. The War Raiders and Fraxium wrestled each other.
I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, bullshit!"
They actually wrestled each other. It was a miracle of science. So, I had the only thing that kind of hurt me that I could have got more points on was Cody Rhodes and Gunther had a match that was a no contest in the main event of SmackDown, so nobody won to get any points for winning. So that didn't go anywhere. A couple of no contests this week. There was one on Raw also. So some things that didn't actually go anywhere. Updated that. I am in second place now with 1910, but JPO is still ahead of me by 100 at 2010. So he still has a little bit of a lead there with 100. But anything could happen at SummerSlam, because I do have a decent amount of people on SummerSlam as of right now, but JPO does as well. So that might be a fight to the finish, basically between me and JPO at SummerSlam with the 2 nights. So we'll see what happens. But it's looking more and more like you'll be getting another gift card from me, JPO. So use it for Gatorade or whatever you use it for.
Toilet paper, all the fun stuff.
Yeah, all the fun.
I did get a Sean Spears action figure.
Okay, fair enough. Well, whatever you need it for, that's none of my business. You use it for whatever you like, sir. But I made good on my word between you and Jacob. I said you both won a piece when you all won, so I made good on my word. Yeah, unfortunately, Richie, I think it's not going to happen for you, buddy. We'll try again with AEW. We'll see what happens.
I was doing decently, like up until like about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, I was doing pretty rough for a while, and then I've caught back up a little bit. But yeah, you get those stretches sometimes where like all your people are just cutting promos, or they're just off TV, just doing nothing, or I still have some dead weight on my roster, but not much I can do about it at this point. I picked up Chad Gable at least, so he'll be wrestling on the pay-per-view and he wrestled on Raw, so I at least have that going for me.
Apparently Nick Aldis decided to wrestle like earlier. You know what I mean? Someone could.
Yeah, he has a match, but like some of your other people on your roster don't. Like Ricky Saints, or Joe Hendry, these guys who we thought would be getting more of a push than they are. But it kind of is what it is. Yeah, let's get into the news. I'll just get a few of the main ones, and I'll throw the JPO for the subsequent stuff. I guess one of the bigger stories is Mike Santana is kind of officially on NXT. It looks like he showed up at the end of the episode. Suspiciously, though, JPO, they didn't say his name, and people were like, "Uh-oh, does that mean we're going to get another goofy name change for Santana, even though he's wrestled as like either Mike Santana or Santana on NXT television and in the crossover stuff?" They didn't actually say his name on commentary. They were just like, "Look, it's him," sort of a thing. They didn't actually say it. So a lot of people have been suspiciously like, are we going to do another one of these things where we change his name drastically? Is it going to be like because he apparently has the copyright to his own name. So, WWE doesn't usually like that. They like to copyright their own thing. So are we going to get a Mike Santori or something?
What is Psych Montana doing in NXT?
Mike Montana or something. Yeah, I don't know, something similar. But he showed up. So we suspected JPO he would show up pretty soon after that title match in TNA.
Yeah, no, it was
so he said he's there.
Not even about a month ago. Yeah, pretty cool turnaround. Yeah.
Any thoughts on that? It looks like they're jumping him right. Yeah, as we thought, kind of right into the main event.
Already popping in that title picture. It looks like So no, I mean it's all kind of transitioned kind of smoothly as you would figure. Very similar to Joe Hendry to a large degree as well. I hope they keep his name just because again if he hadn't been on television before, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, rebrand him. But like, he's literally been part of that television series. And they did also, at least on commentary, did mention the former TNA champion. So it's not like they're acting like he's a different person either. So yeah, I don't know. I find it necessary. I'm sure, worst case, as long as it's not a stupid name, we'll get used to it at some point. But like, I just find that necessary. Just let him be him. But I'm excited for him though. Like he's definitely a guy that in general, like. Mm-hmm. Really bumped up on like I think everyone's kind of radar and like what I mean, because like I thought really fun tag team, but like that was it, and now I'm like I think this dude's great and can cut a really good promo and everything. So
he's gonna be a star.
For what it's worth, initially they didn't, but on WWE's I think on their social media now they are calling him Mike Santana. So I don't know if that sticks. Okay. So maybe they're working out some legal things. I don't know. Or maybe they just worked it out with him. But I think changing his name now would be kind of silly. We'll see what happens. They'll definitely work it out by next time. Because they did the same with Evil. They didn't have a name for him then. They've done the same with Ricky Saints and Blake Monroe. Even
Nikki Blackheart, they didn't call her Reina that first week. They're still kind of figuring that out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but there might be indications that he's just going to be Mike Santana. They just didn't know because on the Titantron it said Santana on his Titantron when he came out. But So no, this is cool. It could be also a thing where it's like they're going to jolt him straight to the main event, and he might, in order to maybe beat Tony D'Angelo, because I think Tony D'Angelo he's been there in NXT for a while. They might be looking to call him up. And so yeah, that could be a thing as well. I think Mike Santana's proven himself to sort of be that level, and you could put him there that quickly. And I think he's going to connect with, he'll connect with the, he connects with the fans, and he's one of those guys that leveled up. He bet on himself, leveled up, and he's it's worked out well for him. I think he's great.
Yeah, so we'll see where he goes. I think he's going to be a mainstay, on NXT, obviously. I think the other big news is that that big slew of roster cuts that was made 3 months ago. A lot of those people are clear of their 90 days, so they are free to go wherever they want. For the actual list, I got the actual list online of the people who are now free and clear past the 90. The Motor City Machine Guns, who we could be seeing popping up pretty quickly, and maybe even on a certain pay-per-view this weekend.
So they did a video recently of them talking, and it ends with them opening up a thing saying contract. So we're definitely seeing them somewhere of note soon.
Yeah, I think AEW is a strong possibility. Yeah, and like I said, we got a pay-per-view this weekend, and now they're clear. So I would not be surprised if we saw a debut.
Even if it's not the pay-per-view, I think it's either next week or week after. They're in Detroit for Dynamite. So.
Oh yeah, that could be a good shot. Yeah, in Detroit, with the Motor City thing. So yeah, that's even a good shot. But we'll see. Or if they debut and then have their first match, in Detroit, something like that. I can see either one. So keep an eye out for that. Kairi Sane is free and clear. So
she also tweeted recently a thing that's kind of so.
I think the most interesting one was the next person, Santos Escobar, who did a full-on video saying, "Watch me, Paul," or something, and Nick, or something like that. Literally cut a promo, just being like, "Watch out, Paul and Nick, keep an eye on me," or something like that. So, he's looking to make some waves in other promotions, and maybe make a second name for himself. Aleister Black, we haven't heard much from him, JPO. I don't think. He's
no,
yeah.
It's interesting I don't know where he'd end up, because he kind of almost rubbed people the wrong way in AEW, and I don't know where maybe MLW for a bit. Just seems that where people kind of veterans go for a bit.
Yeah. But Zelina also in that same vein. So maybe she's been looking more than he has. So we'll see if Zelina pops up. The whole slew of the Wyatts, family is all free and clear. Your Bo Dallas, your Sam Shaw, Dexter Loomis.
I already seen them mention their indie dates. So they're wrestling.
Yeah, Joe Gacy, who was a big indie guy before that, I think he'll be fine. You'll see him pop up in a bunch of promotions. Nikki Cross is free and clear. So basically that whole slew of the Wyatts are all clear. So we still have to wait for the New Day. The New Day, I believe, have another 2 or 3 weeks, still on theirs. I know theirs is early August at some point. So don't expect them this weekend or anything like that. It's not happening quite yet, but it could be soon. In the buildup of.
But I think it's pretty obvious that they've been teasing it for. The AEW, they've been subtly teasing that they're probably going to AEW. That with it was T-shirts the Elite were wearing that were very New Day colorish. And so I think they're going there. But as far as the White Six go, I think most of them will go. I mean, Nikki Cross, Nikki Storm now. She's very busy with her and Damon are very busy with Progress now. They're doing a lot of cool shit with that. So she'll probably just do stuff there. But and wrestle here and there as well. And her husband, Big Damo, just showed up on MLW as well. So probably just do some stuff there. That's kind of I don't see Bo Dallas doing much. He wasn't doing much beforehand. So and Sam Shaw just won a bodybuilding contest. So there you go.
Good for him. I saw Brian Cage competing in bodybuilding stuff too, those posing type things, and he's definitely got the body for it now, because he got even more jacked recently, but I don't know how he did.
I don't know how you get more jacked than what you were.
I don't know either. We had a few more SummerSlam matches. Obviously, we'll do full on predictions and whatnot next week, but we had a few more kind of announcements. We had this announcement that Rhea Ripley's title is going to be up for grabs. We're going to be looking for an interim women's champion. So they've been having these qualifying matches. That's going to lead to a ladder match at SummerSlam for the interim women's championship. And we already have a few people qualified. Tiffany Stratton is qualified.
Why? Why did you do JCJ?
I don't know why that can't be JCJ. And Tiffany Stratton already has a title. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's again just it's like the Liv Morgan thing. It's like why? There's other women on your roster. You can push into that spot, even if they're not going to win. You can still get them in the match.
They're pussies in booking, and I don't like to use that word, but like it's like they don't want to take chances on PLEs. Oh, we'll use Tiffany. She's already established in a star.
Give
people chances. Jesus.
We'll get to that. That was more there's an episode that season 3 of Unreal is on now, and that it kind of drove home the point that they're very, very gun shy on pushing new talent when they didn't. When Bruce Pritchard was like, oh, I don't know, I thought Obafemi and was it Braun? Then someone is not ready for the main, and Trick Williams aren't ready for the main roster. I'm like, what the fuck's NXT for then?
Yeah. So I mean, you just name these 4. It's kind of the same crop. It's Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill so far, Charlotte Flair, and Nia Jax. It's the same 4. When you have women who, JC Jane, Jordan Grace, where's Jordan Grace? You got even Julia to a degree, who hasn't been women's champion, has only been US. Lyra, who has never been women's champion. You could tease that. There's women all over the roster that could get that spot, and make a new star, or even if they're not going to win, at least get them in the match, get people talking. But it's the same old. We still got 2 more to be announced. I'm with you guys. Danhausen has Richie said has a match at SummerSlam against Dominic. So for money, I guess all the money, so all the human monies. I agree with you about why isn't Tiffany on 2 nights of SummerSlam not just defending her title that she already has? that's true. So I don't know. Couldn't tell you. And then I guess officially Penta and Chad Gable, and then Gunther and Nick Aldis was officially announced, although everybody kind of knew that was happening regardless. So after the Saturday Night's Main Event stuff. So here we go. Those are the main ones. I didn't do a whole lot of research tonight. I was doing kind of Event Horizon prep and whatnot. But JP, I'll throw it to you. What do you got for us?
I didn't get a ton of stuff here, but I had some quick title changes.
I was telling Richie, I'm very tired. We can have a shorter show tonight, and I'm fine with that.
We're fine. We're going to run through the predictions kind of quickly. I only got a couple things here. Harlem Lewis is your new Evolve champion, took the title off of Aaron Rourke. And, of course, from Saturday Night's Main Event, new Women's Tag Team Champions, Fatal Influence of Fallon Henley and Lenny Reed winning those tag titles here. Are you excited for the return of Val Venus? He's coming out of retirement, guys.
Oh, yeah.
He's very outspoken and political.
I mean, I was waiting in the corner for him to I've been on bated breath, holding my breath, waiting for it, JPO. So I'm so glad. I'm glad.
Val Venus coming out of retirement.
At the height of his popularity, yeah.
Also, someone that has returned recently. I mean, he did the Battle Riot appearance, but we thought that would be it. Festus also recently wrestled in MLW. Now, Luke Gallows. Festus. So I don't know if that's something he'll dive in occasionally or what.
Yeah, in the Southern Crown. Yeah, he was in the Southern Crown thing. You go. Sorry.
I know, just say some coming and goings. Tay Mello looks like she's wrapped up her time in AEW, the current wife of Sammy Guevara. Remember when he proposed to that other girl? That's funny now to watch. But anyway, so it's funny too. I used to watch his vlog. And there's definitely the beginning of his Mellow relationship was we're just friends. Why do you guys in the chat think we're hooking up? Because you were.
Because you're always together, and you are.
You're way too flirty. So it was not a shock at all when that. But they have a really cute kid, and they seem fun. So supposedly it's a nice thing. Tony Khan said in an interview that it's just she's made him take some time away. So, and he was also asked about Sammy Guevara, and he goes, "No, Guevara is fine. He's the current Ring of Honor Tag Champion. There's no, plans of, as far as he knows, for him to leave, for him to, let go." So, Guevara still with the company, but Tay Mello is gone. We'll see if she is kind of taking a hiatus in general, or just kind of wants out of AEW. Anna Jay had a contract extension, not necessarily a new contract, but a contract extension. I know she had been injured in the past, so it might be kind of one of those almost Danhausen-like situations where it's like technically they can keep her even longer without even giving her like a new contract or anything. So she still will be around for at least a little bit longer as well. Yeah, Tay Mello, Herlos. Yeah, that's what I got at the moment here. You got something, Richie?
There's a few things. There's a couple of notable names that are receiving SummerSlam tryouts. One would be kind of hilarious given the storyline. Josh Bishop is getting a SummerSlam tryout, which would be kind of funny because one of the other skyscrapers in was Bishop.
He replaced Corbin,
and
who then returned.
Corbin. And now,
how funny would it be if Dijak was like, "Shit, I need another partner. Stop signing with WWE."
And any other bishops here? God, fuck. No, we are the new skyscraper.
Oh, I didn't even think about the bishop part too. That is funny. Double bishops and the double leavings.
Yeah. So I will see how it goes, and also if you watch JCW, and I thought this chick would be on their radar because she's muscly. J-Rod, is it J-Rod? Yeah. Very, yeah.
It also makes sense. She was recently American Gladiator, so the Miz was on that, so that could be a connection there.
Yeah. She's getting a tryout.
Kind of JCW askew news too. By the way, I saw Vampiro retirement in Canada. So like his match that we saw in Vegas was not his last match. Now he's doing the whole, I gotta do one in Canada, right? Or whatever. So I don't know when else he's gonna retire because the Vegas match was kind of rough. You can tell this dude has trouble standing, let alone wrestling.
Yeah, he'll be like, no, and now I'm doing my retirement in Vermont.
And then do it in Mexico. Yeah, Delaware. Welcome to Delaware retirement.
You got that.
Maybe you'll get an Australia retirement match, Richie. If just because.
Just because I've waited in bated breath for that. No offense. I like Vampiro in his prime. This is weird news. I think AEW are kind of set to do some I think they're doing some they're going to be doing some play or something in London.
I announced that. I announced it on the show. You should watch.
Okay, yeah. But Simon Miller from What Culture just got casted. So
okay.
Yeah. So that's cool for him. Yeah. So that's I'm interested to see how that shakes out. El Clon and Beast Mortis hadn't been on AEW for a while because they had visa issues. Tony Khan said that's been sorted out, as you'll probably see in the predictions as well. So that's been cleared because I've missed them. So that's cool. But no, like you mentioned Sammy Guevara. I think he caused a lot of stir because he posted on his because people thought they're not he hasn't mentioned AEW on his X page his X page, and he posted new bio, but apparently he never did mention AEW on his page. I don't know why.
That's why it wasn't part of my news bit. Was because it's kind of a nothing story from what I can tell. You didn't mention AEW. I never did. I just, that wasn't part of that was never part of his thing. So you're reading into shit that doesn't exist. That's why I left it out. It's a nothing story.
Right. I guess so, yeah. So it's pretty much that's it going on. But obviously, to see that, Bailey still hasn't signed a contract, and there's obviously rumors there. I think apparently Lara's all right because we don't talk extensively about Sunday Night's Main Event, but that was a gnarly match with her and Lyra, which Bailey just decided, I'm just going to randomly elbow you in the nose, and her nose would fucking just explode. Lyra's nose just exploded. I don't think it was intentional, but it looked fucking weird. But yeah, hopefully, it would be interesting. I don't know. It's hard to know where she will end up. I could see her going to AEW just to, maybe increase the stock, but I could also see her teasing going to AEW just to get a better deal and something to so yeah, pretty much, or
last couple things I got here that I've pulled up. Dominic Mysterio better stay off of Instagram because Liv Morgan is posting about a different boyfriend all over the place. So I don't know. Dominic, stay off. But yeah, come on, guys, kayfabe. We gotta show those. We gotta share those photos. Come on. And then also too, streamer Neon, that piece of shit, during Fanatics Fest, live blogging, and fucking Penta's like, oh shit, just totally maskless. So he was told, yeah, don't film in the back anymore. And they almost threatened to kick him out. But that guy's also just an asshole in general. So, God, I hate certain streamers.
I feel like it's weird. I'm sure there's good streamers out there, but there's too many.
No, I mean, there is. I think Kai Cenat, from what I've gathered, I think is an okay guy. I think Speed's a bit of a fake person, and I don't like him that much. But yeah, no, Neon's trash. He's definitely a rage baiter. He lies about certain. He lied about being sick once to get more views. Like he's that kind of new age piece of shit. Yeah, I'm not a fan of him in general. When they focused on him before I even knew about the Penta thing, I was like, oh fuck, are we really hyping him as much as we're hyping like Lin-Manuel Miranda in the crowd? Like this sucks.
Yeah. It is one of those things. I guess speaking of Fanatics Fest, they're clearly building something with Tom Brady. It might be
I don't think they are.
Apparently, Tom Brady is talking to WWE. I don't know if they're
because they suck off these streamers now. Yeah, no.
Shit. Yeah.
I think
I did the Tom Brady thing was just simply because other celebrities do that from time to time, whether it's at Fanatics or whether it's on Raw, they'll do the one-off where they'll slap somebody. I don't think it's going to lead to anything. I think it was just a cool thing to go viral. I believe it's going to lead to nothing at all.
They've been teasing it for a while, especially like Logan Paul, and Tom Brady is talking with them. It wouldn't shock me. Not that he's going to have a match. It wouldn't shock me if he does something at Mania or something.
I guess, yeah. I kind of thought Saturday Night's Main Event sucked. Too much NBA for me. I could see it being cool for certain fans, but I really got bored by the end segment and Danhausen and everything, unfortunately.
Well, I think the problem is with Saturday Night's Main Event, and look, and apparently even like people backstage were like, yeah, okay, that's a bit too much of the next thing. I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing for the crowd and like New York and stuff. But
not if you're a wrestling fan. But like to play devil's advocate, I do get it. Like I'm not even saying they shouldn't have done it, but for me, it sucked.
But for a wrestling fan, yeah. But like the thing with like Roman Reigns and Jalen Bronson, does that really need to be on TV?
Could they suck Jalen Bronson off more?
Does that need to be on TV, or could that just be for the crowd?
That was the main event segment too. Yeah, good point. That could have just been a bonus thing, or put it in the middle. I was mad that it was the main event too.
Yeah, that could be for the crowd, and also and because you've already had the thing with that guy who's called the Cat or whatever. I mean, it's a cool thing for the crowd, but yeah, you're basically kind of doing fan service for New York, and basically like, look at these bigger stars that are basketball players.
I messaged Tato, and I think I said this to Ant-Man Antonio. I was like, I think you guys would have liked Saturday Night's Main Event more than I did.
So you would know who they are, yeah, because I mean, obviously there's the NBA fans in like Australia and outside of like America, there's fewer probably NBA fans. So a lot of people, Malcolm, are going to be like, okay, so he put a cat in the time machine, out came this guy, but who the fuck is that?
That's his nickname. He's Big Cat.
I'm like, oh, okay. Then they explain. I'm like, okay, still, I'm like, cool. All right, that whatever. I was, I'd be more hyped it was Big Cass, because that's a wrestler that I'm familiar with.
I would have been more hyped it for the Cat, Ernest the Cat Miller. If you would have put a cat in there. Ernest the Cat Miller came out and
I got one.
Somebody.
I'd be more hyped for Battle Cat. Remember Battle Cat from WCW?
Yeah.
He passed away. I'm pretty sure
it's a mask. I don't know.
Yeah, anybody.
Put Harlem Lewis.
You know how many shows I've been to where Kim Chi has been on the show?
My first ever indie show, there was both a Doink and an Executioner. Yeah.
That doesn't matter.
But yeah, you could have the Cat Stacey Carter. She could come out.
The last thing I have too is if you're a video game guy, I can play as both the Hardys. They are in the new WWE video games. That's kind of cool, as well as Jelly Roll. He plays Jelly Roll now. They're the newest downloads.
Yeah, and I believe Danhausen one will come out soon as well. I think it's September, I believe.
Well, yeah, but that just makes sense. They announced them a while ago.
Yeah. So I'll get to that at some point soon too. So that's cool.
Yeah, Fritz the Cat would have been fun. Come out and piss on everything. That would have been fun. That would have been better. So, all right.
Yeah.
I don't have much else unless anybody else does. We can keep it fairly quick tonight and just focus on our much hyped and much built to AEW totally necessary AEW pay-per-view.
Yeah, there's a couple on here. I think we can do this a little quicker. There's a couple I feel that are like,
dude, some of these are going to be like the main event.
Yeah, no offense. Good match again, but probably a lot of
and it's one of those things we talk about, JB. The pay-per-view when you're watching it, again, on paper will deliver good matches up and down the card. It will deliver wrestling. Does a lot of these matches matter going into Wembley? Hell to the fucking no.
And guess what? Yeah. I believe all of these are main shows, and we're about to talk about 10 of them. So again, they need a tenner. I don't believe any pre-shows are announced yet.
Although I think this one, I have to confirm, is starting an hour earlier. I think the pay-per-view main card does start at 7 Eastern.
Hey, wait, so I'm gonna say what I said to Richie. I say to you now. I announced this already. Watch the show.
Well, I know. I'm saying I talked about it like 3 weeks ago. I'm just making sure they didn't change it back.
Yeah.
Because if they would have changed it back,
they're going to undo their undo. They're not going to undo it now. Yeah. No, this should start instead of 8 p.m. main show, 7 p.m. main show, 6.
Well, we did look ahead. That Chicago show they announced, the all out, the one after is on a Saturday. Thank God they're going back to a Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yes.
Yeah. Thank God, because I prefer the Saturday ones. Thank you.
And I can watch it now, too.
Yeah, and then Richie can join us, too. So, fun for the whole family. All right.
So we'll we got some matches to talk about here. We got the Painmaker, so the bottom right here. That's Jericho, of course. I don't know if you know, that's Jericho. Against Tommaso Ciampa. So they've been building this up. Don't forget, too, this is a big feud because Tommaso Ciampa has tried to murder Jericho more than once with an electric Jill. Always one of my favorite pet peeves. Murder. Let's see if anyone gets murdered in this match here. But no holds barred. Interesting. I'm going to say Jericho. I feel like he's been taking a lot of L's, including to Ciampa in the past. And it is Painmaker, so I'll go Jericho here. But I'm a little iffy on this, Richie.
I just want to stroke Ciampa's beard. Look at that bushy thing. Just want to give it a brush.
A great big bushy beard. Yes, sure
it's a bit scraggly, man. I don't know. I will potentially this. I don't know if this leads to a third match, but I don't know. I feel like I think Jericho's very charitable. He's been jobbing a lot, jobs Ricochet, but it'd be cool if you won, especially if he's bringing back the pain maker gimmick. So I would say he wins here.
All right, Pez.
Yeah, I think Ciampa's got kind of the better of him in a lot of their matches and encounters on TV, and I feel like he wouldn't be like, I'm doing a new gimmick for this one, kind of like it's not quite as good as Mick Foley busting out Cactus Jack, but it's being like, oh, when somebody busts out like my alter ego sort of thing with
Finn Balor the demon,
demon, it's like the gimmicky thing. So Yeah, I think that he'll bust it out and he'll get the win on this one. But they did do what I said they would, JPO. I said, wait, they'll probably announce some kind of street fighty stipulation, and there you go, no holds barred. Just like I said, because yeah, are they really going to have all this like blood spilled and drills and nonsense? Match. And then I challenge you to another normal match. Like that doesn't make any sense. So yeah,
that would make sense. That'd be in 2019. It happened a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll stick with Jericho as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then we got a ladder match here. It's just for a number one contender. Okay. And a shot here.
So what?
I do believe.
They grabbed the paper, the contract piece thing.
Oh,
yeah.
So there is more to this match here. Nick Wayne and El Clone as well. So keep that in mind, guys. This will be as it does say on the graphic 2 6 ways. I'm not sure if it's a collision thing or the graphics is not updated, but so Jungle Jack Perry, Commander, Speedball Bailey, Beast Mortos, and as mentioned, Nick Wayne and El Clone. So yeah, there's your Mortos and Clone return. Richie, who's walking away, going for the what is it again? International title.
Now, can you refresh my memory as to who the champion is?
Fletcher? Did Fletcher just take it off of?
No. This is for the. Yeah. Wait. Yes. Correct. Fletcher is the international champion. Yeah.
The fact that there's 3 of us and we love wrestling and we really like AEW. We're all like,
okay. This is the international, not the national,
not the continental,
not the continental, not the okay.
One of 4 mid cards that all end up being the same.
Okay. This is for number one contender for international, currently held by Kyle Fletcher, but Kyle Fletcher is also being challenged by Bandito, so Kyle Fletcher or Bandito. Okay, go.
Okay, yeah. So and the Nationals Monk Davis. I think I got it.
It is. It's definitely Fletcher. It's definitely Fletcher.
All right. In that regard, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna go Mike Bailey here. I feel like he'd be. I don't know where they're getting the title match. It's probably knowing them. It might be
Dynamite. It'll be a waste of a Dynamite.
Yeah, that's why I scrolled down. I was like, does it say All In? So not necessarily.
It's gonna be. It would probably be a Dynamite thing. Even though, like Mike Bailey and Kyle Fletcher would be a banger. Like. All in match, but probably won't. I'll go Mike Bailey.
All right, we got some Speedball, Pez.
I think they're gonna. I think Fletcher is eventually at Wembley gonna rematch with Takeshita once he's done with the G1. So that's maybe jumping ahead a little bit, but that's why I think this. Even whoever wins this one, it's gonna be like a random Dynamite thing. I don't think it's gonna be a pay-per-view gimmick. I'll go with Jack Perry just because he's one of the, I guess, bigger names in this one. But I agree. Speedball, to me, it's between Perry and Speedball. I don't see Commander, Beast Mortos, or Nick Wayne or any of those cats. I think it's between Perry and Speedball here. I'll go Perry.
Well, you guys fucked up my plan because I was going to go with if neither one of you had said Speedball or Perry, I would have just went with that because I agree. I do think it's down to those two just for the Fletcher ideology of, someone's going to fight Fletcher. While Mortos and Fletcher would be a cool match, it doesn't really make much sense. The 2 faces in the middle there make more sense. I'm torn, but my first idea was Speedball, actually. So I'll say Speedball. Give us something a little different that hasn't had a title win yet. Not necessarily that they'll win, but Perry's already kind of established is all I'm saying. So I'll say Speedball.
Okay.
This is the TBS one, right? TBS Women's Championship. Ricardo Shida, my world, Paz.
Pass.
My world.
Hikaru retains, I guess. I don't have any investment in this. JPF.
So not to jump ahead, but again, you have to with things. I would say Maya might have a chance. The other match also makes me think that person has a chance too. She just had that big match. This could be the reward for that. Okay, I'm going back and forth. I'm going to say Shida as well. Richie.
Yeah, AEW don't do short title reigns that often, and Shida only just got it. In my world, I'm glad that they're still pushing my world. I still maintain she will. That's another news, by the way. Athena has now surpassed Roman Reigns' his title reign. which is
Athena is my tribal chief.
Yeah, but I think she's only still doing this heel thing. I think I think Sheeta will retain here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little hesitant because she's had it a couple of times. I was like, I could see this being a short reign possibly, but I think this is more of like a congrats, you had a good match with Monet. We'll give you a title shot anyway.
I think my we do have another AEW pay per view coming up. I think she's going to get the shot against Athena on the AEW pay per view or the Ring of Honor pay per view.
That's true. I've agreed with that in the past too. So
Death Before Dishonor is August 21st. Yeah, and that's in Philly. Yeah, I could see that being like a main event of that show, maybe. So yeah, you could
has Dave Meltzer reviewed my World at Mercedes Moné?
I don't know. That was like a weird thing, right? He like left it out of his star ratings for that paper.
He's like, oh, I've been busy, but he's reviewed like a Japan show, but that came after that, so it was weird.
Really? Wow. Okay. Yeah. So he really doesn't really care if it's in the Tokyo Dome. National titles on the line. That's the other single title. Mark Davis, Andrade El Idolo. I'm going Andrade. I've said for a little bit here, this is my favorite version of Andrade. How you know? Taking pictures with hot chicks. I feel like he's having the most fun he's had. I think he's the most over he's ever been to a large degree, from maybe like early NXT for him. But and I've said put a title on him. So let's put a title on him. I think Mark Davis, while his reign hasn't been like super long or great, I've always, like, not in a mean way, pictured him as a potentially kind of like transitional guy anyway. So I'll go Andrade. Richie?
Yeah, I mean, I'm and again, not in a mean way. I didn't expect Mark Davis to get I'm surprised he.
Yeah, that surprised me in general when he got it. Yeah,
I'm surprised he got singles gold, and it's cool. I mean, he's a Brisbane boy. I like Mark Davis. He's a great wrestler. And hopefully wish him more success. But I think Andrade will get this, and maybe as a stepping stone to maybe getting maybe challenging for the main title at some point soon. Like down the road, and potentially I could see him even being world champion at one point. Maybe not a huge reign, but he's that over that. Why not go for it? So, but yeah, I think at this point, with how over he is, give him a national title reign. Andrade.
Alrighty, how you know, Paz? What'd you vote?
No, 100%. I'm going to go with Andrade. I think it's time to put a little gold around his waist. He's gotten over with his gimmick, right now. He's back, in line with the fans. He's having great matches. I think it's time. Yeah, I don't see why not. You've got enough titles to go around with AEW. Why can't Andrade have a little kind of upper mid-card gold here? And yeah, I think why the hell not? So yeah, let's get to it and give him a match at Wembley as well. At least something to go around. So yeah.
Yeah, and Davis has only defended in AEW once. He's defended in Ring of Honor 4 times and twice in Red Pro. So he actually has an okay, as far as match wise, a few under his belt.
Yeah.
The Death Riders and Ospreay and Mox against the Young Bucks here. We got some tag team action here. It's no real straight up tag match. It looks like Richie.
I wonder. There was sort of they're teasing a little dissension on Dynamite where Will Ospreay tagged Kenny Omega instead of Moxley. I don't know if that will play into it. But I feel like if I do think Young Bucks need more momentum. It's hard because I think Young Bucks sort of need momentum as well because I feel like they're going to challenge, for the titles here with Cage and Cope and potentially Machine Guns. We'll see. So I do think it's a tough one, but I think Young Bucks will eke it out here. But yeah, it's a tough one to call. It's probably the toughest one on the card, actually.
You said Bucks, though, is your final answer?
Yeah.
Pez?
I'm going to swing the opposite way. I'm going to say Ospreay needs the momentum going into Wembley. So I think Ospreay is going to look strong here, and he's going to maybe even tap out one of the Bucks, with something or other. It should be a pretty fun match. I mean, they'll definitely do sort of a PWG, Rick Knox will be the ref, and they'll have a PWG, kind of party match, and do their thing. But it should be a fun time all around. But yeah, I think Ospreay will. I think he could get a win here. It's not going to necessarily hurt the Bucks. The Bucks are the Bucks. They always will be. They can eat a little loss to, a guy who's getting a world title shot at Wembley and another guy who's like an upper mid card champion. It's not going to hurt them because then they're going to get the momentum right back. They'll be in a tag title situation at Wembley, so it's not going to hurt them at all. So I'm going to go with Mox and Will here.
No, good points. That's why you win debates, Paz. It's fucking making me change my mind.
Yeah,
no. I was going with the Bucks.
I'm really good at that. I'm the next guy getting a title shot, but that's been 2 years in the making, and I still don't have it yet. So, I gotta stay sharp in some places where I can. I gotta stay sharp.
You gotta stay sharp. You might get a title shot.
Pez, did you ever do wrestling debates?
It would have to be something up my alley, like question wise. I can't argue like 2010s TNA debates, shit like that. Like when we did the ones here, we did that one time. It was fun. I could do it, but it would have to be topics that I could argue. So
that always helps me if I'm passionate about the actual question.
Right.
Same with movies, though, for sure.
Yeah. We should try that.
Make me debate a Resident Evil franchise. Fuck you. I don't give a shit. Okay, but I'm torn. I was going with Bucks because I also feel like we've always said, and I still believe Bucks versus Cope and Christian. So I also kind of want to set them up as a strong team. You could, have them win in a different way. The other one's not a real team. I'm still gonna go Bucks here. So we are a little split on this one.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of teams, and this will be a little different too. A double chain match as the Bang Bang take on the Dogs here. I know one dog that's not on a chain. If Pez wants to mute it,
I got it. Sounds like that's kind of freak out of nowhere, so it's okay. The dogs. They heard the word dogs and went dogs.
Yeah,
other dogs. What?
I'm here.
Yeah,
but go for it, Pez. Who you got between the Dogs and the Bang Bangers?
Yeah, this is actually again. Oddly enough, the lower card ones are not as predictable, and the upper card ones are because, I think didn't Jay just pin one of them? I think on Dynamite or something. So he kind of got his win. I wonder if they'll flip it and actually just have the Dogs, and they don't have to get Jay; they can pin Juice, and it's fine. But at the same time, Jay is back. Do you give him a win on pay-per-view? How many heels and faces do I have going over so far? I got a lot of faces going. I got a lot of faces going over so far, so maybe I'll switch it up and go the Dogs here.
Yeah, no, definitely. I flip-flopped on this one in my mind as well.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go the Dogs based on they're more of a set team. I mean, who knows? I mean, they could technically really run with Jay and Juice if they wanted, but as far as we know. The Dogs are more of a set team, and I feel like they've jobbed a lot. They lost to Cope and Christian. They lost their first 6-man on pay-per-view the month before. I feel like they've lost a lot. And because it's a chain match, and because there is numbers and their heels, I could see a Gabe Kidd fucking around or somebody else. Malone popping up. So I'll go the Dogs. Pez, Richie, we both said Dogs. We go Dogs or Bangers.
I'm actually going to be the dissenter and go the Bang Bang Gang. I just think, it's Jay White's first pay-per-view match back, and I think you have a win here. But I do take the argument that the Dogs lost a lot, and they should be sort of billed as a top team, like a future tag champion. But I don't know. I think Jay White should be also treated as sort of a upper echelon kind of star here. So I think the Bang Bang gang. That's hard to say. Get
the chitty Bang Bangers.
Yeah, Bang Bang.
get the W.
A little split on this, and already we're almost there. I think we're just on the top row here. Okay. Oh, and I forgot there's another one on top of the top row.
Right.
So 4 more. Cage and Cope. Got the Death Riders, Claudio and Pac. Anyone think Cage and Cope were losing before only?
Hell to the fucking no. So that's a quick one. No, they're not losing these titles before Wembley. No.
I mean, it's interesting that it's Claudio and Pac and not Willie. I mean, it's usually Willie Udo in this spot, but it's cool. It's Pac this time. But they're not.
No offense. It makes plenty of sense. It's a pay-per-view. No offense to Wheeler. They went with the bigger names.
He is sort of the punching bag of the group. So
he's the disco of the NWO.
Yeah. But
and I like Wheeler, but they have positioned him as definitely like
the disco catching strays from Cody Rhodes and the Lonely Marks here.
And there you
go.
Kyle Fletcher, Bandito. I'm sure you have for international title here. Of course, you can see Bandito still rocking that Ring of Honor World title here. I feel again, maybe quickly, Richie.
I don't think any of us think Fletcher's dropping it before Wembley again. No.
Again, could be a great match, but he just won it.
I hate that Bandito is like the substitute whipping boy the last two pay-per-views in a row for Moxley and now Fletcher. Like
he should be protected. Should be protected somewhat because he's like a Ring of Honor champ. You know, he's
I would almost argue don't book him if is better than booking him to lose all so much on pay-per-view.
Yeah. I think this could potentially be one of the best matches on the show. But
quality wise,
But have him win some. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like he's almost like lost some steam, like win wise since Brodito broke up. I don't know. I feel like it's I don't know.
Let's see if there's any disagreements on this. Pez, you got Thekla or Wallow?
This one I actually think is a little trickier as well because it's basically who do you think is going to walk in to face Mercedes at Wembley? I mean, that's really what it is because she's got the shot, right? So this is essentially, whoever wins this is walking into Wembley. Do you book Mercedes and Tekla or do you go with Willow? Because I don't know, like Tekla, is she a heel? Is she a face still? I don't know, depending on the day.
She's a fun heel.
She's a heel. Mercedes is a heel. So I feel like you need a face to face her at Wembley. So by that logic, I'm gonna go Willow here, even though it's kind of a throwaway pay-per-view. They might do that just for the Wembley setup, but I could be wrong. JPO?
Yeah, I mean, so this is where it's not a throwaway pay-per-view in the sense of like they can still do something interesting to change it up. They're just because All In is they're like let's say Mania to a large degree, like they're not going to randomly not have Ospreay in the main event and like we predicted the Bucks for a minute, but this is a thing where if Monet wasn't such a heel too, I would say Thekla and her sounds like a cool match. There is also history between Willow and Monet. So, I also feel like there's just a built-in story there. They give Willow a good amount of, promo time. She never really lost the TBS title. In fact, funny enough, she got, announced her return, the week of them, crowning the new champion. I'm like, oh, you could have just waited another week. Which almost makes me wonder, as the wrestling conspiratist, was she ever hurt? Is that a sneaky way to take the title off of her so she doesn't lose momentum just so they can slide her into this? Throwing it out there. I don't know, but I'm just saying in this world that's possible. I'm gonna say Willow takes the title. That's kind of what I was hinting at before with Maya of do we have Maya and Willow both walk out as champions? And in my mind, because I'm leaning towards Willow and Monet just makes more sense. Richard?
Yeah, it's also a thing where when they fought for the New Japan Strong, remember New Japan Strong? They were. Willow took the title for her when she wasn't supposed to because I think Mercedes broke her ankle in the match or something. So there's history there, and there's going to be a proper full on match with no shenanigans. So it is a case of I do like the fact that I'm pretty sure this is the match that's been the only one that's really been built up to a point where it's the first match announced that had time to build up to be interesting. I'm liking Tekla's gimmick of drunken and being drunk and just saying whatever comes to her mind. But yeah, she's still a heel at the end of the day. So I think the Monet match or Money Man is Willow and Mercedes at Wembley. And because of their history. But I think Tekla stays in the fold somehow, and maybe she's a future TBS champion.
And Tekla has had, I think, an okay run too, to where I could see her losing it just for whatever reason. It's not a good new run. What was I say? Oh yeah, New Japan Strong. They ran in February. They're not totally dead.
Okay.
Let me zoom out for this. It's a bigger graphic. So yeah, the World Championship. Kind of wondering who's going to get that shot. It's the Jet, Kevin Knight. Also,
is anybody actually wondering who's going to get that shot? Anybody on the internet?
Kevin Knight's going to go to All In, right? As the World Champion.
Kevin Knight's going to headline Wembley as the AEW World Champion.
It's going to be the Jet versus Will Ospreay.
Yeah. Definitely, that's the biggest match they could book. It's one of those things where it's unfortunate that your main event of the show is maybe the most predictable match they've had in 2026 as far as like any kind of big match. Because Kevin Knight, I like him overall. He's a good worker. I think the heel turn has freshened him up a little bit, but man, like this whole thing is just like, yeah, we're just. Kenny's having a match before he faces Will. It's just it's really weird. Kenny should be winning the title here from MJF in the main event. That should have been it. This is Canada. They should have held off that Dynamite match, and it should be Kenny versus MJF with Kenny winning the title and then going on to Will, and that would even be more unpredictable. Like going into the actual match, because then you could make an argument for MJF and Will or Kenny and Will, and now it's just like a foregone conclusion. So, yeah.
All right, so Kevin Knight?
Yeah, so Kevin Knight is going to pull the upset of the century, and he's going to walk in and headline Wembley as a big old FU to everybody. Yes,
yeah. That's what Vince Russo booking will do. I'm going to do the opposite. What do you think,
man? Man, bro. All the fans think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull the biggest swerve on them, right, bro. Let me tell you, bro. Listen.
30 seconds into the match, Knight pokes Omega. He falls down.
And just
I run out
right in the middle of the ring. Bro, let me tell you, the heat will be amazing. Everybody will tune into Dynamite. It'll be great.
It'll be great, bro. You're solid, bro.
I don't know if we've ever had more of a whimper of an ending of a pay-per-view prediction. And the main event is all right. We all agree, done, cool.
And we all agree, Kenny Omega retains and goes on to Wembley.
A bit of a whimper ending to our predictions, but yes, I think we're all in agreement.
And it might be kind of a whimpering end to the show because I also don't see it. I think it'll be a good match, but I don't even see it being the best match on the show, like at all. Like I don't think it'll be better. I think Fletcher and Bandito has the potential to be better. I think the Bucks match has potential to be better. I think like the ladder match will probably be more fun. I think Omega Kevin Knight will be good. Do I think it'll be like great? I don't really think so.
Yeah,
to a degree.
I think it has potential. I think it has potential to be the match of the night, but it's probably not my first pick. I think too. I think we're guaranteed to have like a brawl or at least a show off of Ospreay. I don't think we're gonna end just with Omega at the end. Something's gotta happen after. I feel too. In a way.
Yeah. And look, as much as I love the guy, but apparently this might be a MJF's idea because apparently I think he may be just rehabbing injuries until they set up a program before he's doing it all in. But like his idea, it was his. Apparently, it was his driving force to do the title match on Dynamite, and he was a driving force behind Kenny Omega versus whoever the TNT champion was. It didn't necessarily be Kevin Knight, but it was like. But it's like I don't know, man. I guess that's where like Tony as a boss comes in. It's like that's not pay-per-view, man. You're doing this unless he had filming commitments or something. But it's just like no, you gotta.
As soon as they announced Omega and MJF was a Dynamite and not this show, I was like, well, then who's Omega gonna fight on this show? I almost thought they were gonna do like another like wacky like Stadium Stampede cage match because I was like, well, they haven't really built up another. Number one contender that I at least think has a shot. Because I love Kevin Knight, but I'm just even if this wasn't all in, which just makes it even more for sure. But even if it wasn't all in, I would still kind of be like, I know that Kevin Knight has a shot.
Yeah, not yet.
It just solidifies it.
Right.
Even like people who were circling around that title scene. I mean, even like, because I know, Andrade, I'm glad Andrade is probably going to win a national title, but like he's been circling that title scene. Like I don't know, like and Kenny Omega and Andrade would be a good match. I think you could probably have Andrade losing it. It'd be it wouldn't hurt him, but I don't know. It'd just be a more intriguing match because I think Andrade's weight, like, you know, more over than Kevin Knight is. But you know, there's a lot of people circling around that title scene that is just a lot more intriguing. And Kevin Knight is at this point who I think is still finding his feet as a character, not necessarily a performer, just a character. I just feel like he should.
I also am not sold on him as a heel personally. I don't know. I don't think his promos are next level yet.
It's a man, like sort of a more of a manager or something. I know he's got like Don Callis, but I feel like but being in the family, I feel like that could get lost in the shuffle. I just feel like he needs like he needs like more of a manager, like like Jake the Snake Roberts was, like to Lance Archer, sort of like that mouthpiece where
Hey, where's Jake the Snake Roberts at?
Yeah.
Hey, well, speaking of Lance Archer, Disclosure Day now on VOD. So I'll watch that this week.
Yeah, I saw it twice in the theater. So yeah,
cool.
Yeah, I saw. I was watching a little bit more of the. I was trying to pay attention a little bit more to the match. Like once I knew where the scene was going, I was more just watching the wrestling. My one issue with that scene is like, what indie show has like an essentially Inferno style fog machines? Around the four corners that every time they hit a big move, they hit the fog like smoke machine shoots up.
It's like definitely Spielberg or somebody going like, that's what they do, right? In indie shows,
that's what they
like,
do at wrestling. Is like, yeah, they and the crowd stands up and cheers for a clothesline. Woo!
There's a similar thing in Heels, the Stephen Amell show, not the Stephen Amell promotion, but like, they have like a rival indie promotion that it does things like that. Where I'm like, no, unless even TNA doesn't do as cool as what they think they do. Like, doesn't really fit. Margaret's got money troubles with Nick Offerman, and Elle Fanning has like a thing with Jericho and Offerman in wrestling. That there's a lot of things like that would never happen. What the fuck are you doing? That bothered me.
Well, and I was watching the match in Disclosure Day. They do the same move twice. With each guy, they do the running clothesline in the corner. Each guy does one once. So Archer does one to Cage, and then like later Cage does the same move to Archer, and then they do the 619 setup twice as well. So they are like repeating moves in it. So it wasn't like terribly well choreographed. Of like they do and they each do a head scissors on each other as well. So it's like the same. They only choreographed maybe like four moves. About four moves total, and they each just did them, and they kind of hobbled them together. But yeah, the thing that bugged me is like the way crowds act in movies and wrestling, because literally they're like jumping up and down throughout the match for like the most mundane moves, like a clothesline in the corner. Yeah. I'm like, this isn't the 80s, bro. This is 1982.
Yeah, it's like
crowds ain't doing that for those moves. Like, it's just not happening.
At least in something like Queen of the Ring, like that. At least in that era, I could understand.
Yeah, it's like the 40s. So like you do a big move, ooh, yeah, like ooh, ah, like it's something. They're not hooting and hollering for arm drags and hip tosses like like they do in movies.
Yeah. The vibe felt like, I mean, where they were wrestling, it felt very Lucha Underground-esque, but
like almost like how like a paid audience would react to wrestling, knowing they're on camera, like extras wanting to be in movies. So
go wrestler number one. Yeah, you go, guy. Yeah.
Woo, you did big move, yay. So
yeah, I do feel that there are certain wrestling crowds that I feel like maybe that you tell like, oh yeah, that I think they're kind of like more encouraged to cheer more than they probably would be. And I feel like MLW is like that sometimes. I'm like, yeah, okay, this is weird. Like they're overly cheering like a promo segment. I'm like, this was piped in a bit, but anyway, it's just like.
I found MJF. He's right here, guys.
Oh, okay. Is he gonna?
Well, screw you. I don't want to see Kenny Omega and Kevin Knight.
Why didn't you just wrestle Kenny Omega at the pay-per-view, MJF? What's wrong with you? And just drop it then.
Violent Night 2 reshoots. My bad, guys.
Oh shit! Yeah, they had to go do that. It was contractually obligated.
Okay, the movie better be fucking good then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway, cool. I had to mention this. I forgot to mention another thing. Because I just thought it was funny. Did anyone see the Dark Side of the Ring Necro Butcher Samoa Joe thing aired? And Samoa Joe Samoa Joe admitted that he only did the match to get some ass because he was dating his girlfriend, dating his wife at the time, and he wanted to. And he literally said, I was trying to get some ass."
Joe is so funny in that episode. Now, there's some really funny things of like, it's another great example of like communication. Sometimes goes a long ways. He's like, never butchers. He cuts a promo. But like, that's how you feel. And they cut to Joe, and he's like, I don't know. I was told to say that. I didn't feel any of that. I didn't even know those kids. Like, cause Butcher he was really rough with some of the Ring of Honor students. But Joe was like, really gonna be rough to my students? I helped train them. Yeah, I never really trained them. I barely even knew them. And then he's really funny. He's like, I only took that book because they were in Philly and my wife then girlfriend was there, and I'm just trying to get to my ass. She left probably around the point where I would punch him in the jaw and his blood flew into the crowd. She left right then.
Joe is a sneaky. He's a sneaky, funny dude. If you see him in like shoot interviews, like those old ones he did with Punk and stuff, like they're very funny.
I was gonna say him and Punk is so funny. I think you can find that on YouTube. I'm pretty sure people.
I have the DVD somewhere in one of my folders. I still have the actual disc. But yeah, it's just them telling like goofy stories from the road and shit. Like it's pretty funny. The one time I did get to pseudo hang out with him in person was when I was over in England, and I happened to be in the same hotel they were staying at for Ring of Honor over there, and we all went out to a place to get some food, and it was really shitty food, at like a shitty pub, and somebody ordered like, I forget who it was, ordered like that Welsh rabbit shit, which is like toast with like this creamy fucking beef on top or whatever. It's some nasty shit. And then like it got to the table and it looked like shit. And Joe just looked at it and went like, I don't know what the fuck you expected ordering shit like that. Why did you just order a goddamn burger? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like,
that's your fault.
Yeah, that's on you, brother.
You're the guy that goes to a gas station, eats the sushi at a gas station, aren't you? You
weirdo. Yeah. So, but yeah, he's like a sneaky, funny guy. So I could see that. Yeah. I haven't watched the episode yet, just because, like, I think I like Dark Side of the Ring. I think they're running out of topics, but maybe that's just me.
So I know the producers have said before the name is a blessing and a cursing, because like, you know what I mean? Like, Dark Side, they have to always kind of do like something dark tinged, but like this is a good example of this kind of skirts those lines. Like in the end, nobody died, nobody got like seriously hurt. Like it's a great little story of like how this match got built. The crazy shit Nick went through. If you haven't seen the match in a while, like there are some like gnarly moments. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, no, I think so. Hopefully, in the TNA one was good. I haven't seen all of this season, and actually last season too. Mm-hmm. I'm a few behind, but
I guess, and it's also the argument about what point are you kind of like just it's getting too just you're just sort of like relying on wrestling like deaths and tragedy. You know what I mean? Like it's like this wrestler died young. Is that a future Dark Side of the Ring episode? No, let them.
That's why I'm saying I think they're trying to skirt that line now. Like like I said, Joe and Necro's a good example of like in the end they're both walking and talking and like they can talk about it and whatnot. So
yeah,
they're trying to TNA like that's not really a super tragic story. Sucks that Joe taken from him, but he's alive and kicking well.
When they're just like talking about like when it was just weird when Hogan came in and like took over. Okay. Fine, it was just a business decision, that we're talking about how it affected. But like TNA still survived and is still around, so it's not like it killed the company,
That's what I'm saying. It's not really that dark, depending on the story now. Some stories are so dark. It was a very unfortunate ending to that one from last season.
The weirdest part about that episode is at the end they go, we reached out to Hulk Hogan and he wasn't available for comment. I'm like, that's eerie. Like
bad editing.
Bad
editing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah. I don't know. It's just I thought that was fun. Yeah. So, but Smojo. He came up with like the walk away thing as a troll to Christopher Daniels. The walking away from the flip. Like he literally just did that. Christopher Daniels talked about it on Chris Van Vliet's show where he went to do a moonsault spot and it wasn't prepared. And Joe just walked away from him like when he was in midair, and he just started to do that, and it just became part of his spot. A part of his spot, and it's a funny move. So he's a funny dude. He was
the best one. Sorry, go ahead.
He was underrated on when he was on commentary too. He had some good lines, but I think I know where you're going to go.
The best one is the John Cruise one. You've seen that one, right?
Yeah, though, because somebody took
Midair?
a picture of him looking at it in midair, like looking at him, like, huh? Like, yeah, that's
What
very funny.
the fuck? Click.
What the fuck? Yeah. So yeah, no, it's a great one. And Cruz is a good guy. I rep for him a lot.
Yeah,
in
I've always
Florida,
liked Cruise.
yeah, he's a funny dude.
Cruise and the other Midday.
Yeah, right. The Medeos. I've refed a lot of Medeos match. In Florida. But real quick, last thing before we cut out. Ring of Honor had their latest round of Jacksonville tapings. Anybody want to over under or guess the amount of matches they taped? All right, give me your best guess. Closest guess wins. JPO.
33.
Reggie.
26.
JPO wins 32 matches at the Florida tapings. All right, it's always going to be at least around 30-ish. Usually
they only tape like 3 episodes because it's not even that's not even 12 episodes. That's 3 episodes, and they do 10 an episode. Yeah, and then they'll do even I noticed I didn't watch it. I was thinking I was going to watch it because I don't watch Ring of Honor because I don't want to pay for the Honor Club. But they uploaded a bonus edition on Tuesday. Right. So that's on YouTube for free. Yeah. So sometimes it's also for that, or they still film sometimes on top of Dynamite or Collision, depending on what's up. So
did they bring Okada this time?
No, they didn't have as many big names. I think the biggest names on the show were Eddie Kingston, Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero.
Eddie Kingston's pretty much just a Ring of Honor exclusive now.
That's what I mean. Yeah, Athena had a match. Although Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero had 2 matches. That was different. They had more than one. So that was something.
That will happen. Last time I recorded it, I was like, oh, the Rascals are on it twice, but that was about it. You know what I mean? As far as repeats go,
No, they didn't have as far as I can tell, they didn't have a Takeshita Okada, sort of situation of why are you flying those guys in to Jacksonville? Yeah, it's very same guys you've been seeing. Your Brian Keiths, your MXM, your
guys you never see.
AR Fox, usually has a match or 2. There, Leo Rush defended his title. Lee Moriarty, kind of your ROH staples, and then a mix of. I do recognize a few of these, the local guys. Dante Casanova, I know I've ref for him.
Yeah, shout out to Dante
on the show. Dante, yeah, so he had a match on the tapings. Aaron Solo, Camarado, and Aaron Solo. If you want to know where they are, they're in ROH tapings in Jacksonville. Let's see.
I thought Solo was gone. Actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So,
unless he was just a local, a booking, but I don't know if he's under contract anymore. He might be.
Yeah, just scrolling a few of these because I know you guys don't give a shit.
I kind of give a shit. If you have anything interesting on there, yeah.
No. I mean, as far as so and so, retain their title. Who cares? Whatever. No biggie. But I was just looking for more the local people.
For sure. I looked at my buddies out there.
Yeah, so I'll occasionally see a few of those guys. But yeah.
I had who was it? I think it was all the women actually during that TBS match. They beat up a whole stable from Florida. It was Shogun, Cruz, and Perez, and I was like, oh, it's literally the entire stable was the security.
Yeah. Every time I go to Florida, I wait for Chico Adams to show up as a security guard because he does that.
He popped up on NWA recently, actually. By the way,
did he? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Also, I think on just an Australian reference, I'm pretty sure Adam Brooks showed up on Collision in the match the other day. He posted. So yeah, he's doing the rounds. He did it in NWA match a couple months ago. He had I'm pretty sure he had an Impact match. He was on MLW as well. So yeah,
I think I just saw him on MLW, and you're right, Impact. Yeah, so he's another one of those good just indie hands, and for whatever reason no one's signing him, but they all seem to trust him when they're around. Almost Chico-ish. He's your Chico, maybe.
Yeah.
Everyone likes him. They know he's capable, but just for whatever reason, just not getting that contract.
Yeah. He was literally on the AEW house show that I watched. He wrestled Billy Yuta.
No, I've heard that name for several years. Yeah, no, that dude's been around and done the loops.
Yeah, I got a PWG DVD where there were Keith Lee leaves. He wrestles Keith Lee.
Where's Keith Lee?
I know. Apparently, according to Brian Alvarez, maybe retiring.
At this point, I would probably make sense.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah. I was just going to mention when you're talking about people in Ring of Honor, it's amazing. It's weird that like Rascals are already Ring of Honor staples. So maybe they've called off quickly. But yeah, hopefully they get used a bit more. But yeah, I thought maybe the Rascals would have a bit bigger presence in AEW.
I'm always kind of curious too if anyone's ever upset. Like for instance, them. Like I wonder if they're like totally cool. Like, are they JTG or someone else where it's like, hey, paycheck, we're cool, we don't care? Or are they like, hey, you know, Tony, we could have stayed in TNA and wrestled on a bigger platform. We signed with AEW. We signed with hopes of being on Collision and Dynamite. Like, I always wonder if anyone like cares to that degree of like, I would have just stayed in TNA if I known you're going to put me on a Ring of Honor every week.
Yeah, there are people who are definitely more outspoken where it's just like, because I guess that's another news. Like, apparently there's been talks with AEW has been talking with Steve Macklin, but I'm like, I'm like, his wife has been very outspoken about like I could have just stayed in TNA, and so
it's probably one of those things that again, like he'd have to just ask himself, like, what's more important to me? Am I cool with it being just Ring of Honor? You know? And potentially anyway.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, let's wrap it up for tonight. So on docket next week, we'll obviously talk about AEW Redemption. We'll run it down, and yeah, it'll be a bigger show next week because we'll have to run down a pay-per-view, and then we'll be JP will be bringing the predictions again because we got 2 nights of SummerSlam. It's right around the corner, so 2 nights of SummerSlam to run down. As hopefully they fill out
next week a little bit.
Hopefully they fill out the rest of the card between SmackDown and Raw because they still got what they have like 9 or 10 matches so far. They need more. They got to have a few more at least.
Like 12.
Yeah, you need at least 12 or 13, something like that. Because as of right now,
12 at 6 and 6. So
as of right now, only 9 confirmed total. So
9,
so they still need at least probably 3 more at least.
You would think maybe the Vision versus maybe Alpha. Maybe the Otis and
tag team matches? No, come on, Richie, you're talking crazy. Come on.
Yeah, no, those are tag
matches on paper. Those tag teams on pay-per-view. No.
This is
you're thinking about AEW. AEW does tag team matches on pay-per-view. WWE doesn't do tag team. See, AEW, by my count, has 3 tag team matches on this pay-per-view. WWE does 0 on pay-per-view.
You could also argue to a degree that AEW could skip their tag title match this month and be fine.
Yeah, right.
Like, it'll be a good match again. Claudio Pac, fantastic. But like, as far as like a build and like a who's gonna win, and kind of a whatever.
Right.
So like, you could have just let Ed Cope and Christian skip them. They defended last month. They'll defend next month. Meanwhile, WWE is like, "What's a tag title?"
We're gonna build up. We're gonna do a storyline with Vision and the Alpha Academy, but we're probably gonna blow it off on Raw.
I can see that happening. Remember when Braun Breaker was like going to win the World Heavyweight title? That was like a thing for a little bit.
I remember apparently on Unreal. By the way, I mentioned this. I think
I don't know why you buy into Unreal though. It's not real.
I know, but they don't do themselves any favors if it was, because Malcolm mentioned this too. It's like they don't. They don't do themselves any favors because when Bruce Pritchard going, Femi and Trick Williams are not going to be ready for the main roster. I'm like, well, what's NXT for then? But apparently, according to Unreal, it was like, that Braun Breaker was going to win the Rumble, but they're like, we don't want to shove him down people's throats. And I'm like, well, we'll just have Roman Reigns win, who's been on top for 12. Which tracks with their thinking. So I think that could be. There's a chance that could be real. Where it's like, we're scared to push somebody. Let's just go with the same person. We'll push someone to a point, but we're not going to go all the way with them. Yeah.
So we'll run all that down. So there'll be a bigger show next week, running down pay-per-views, previewing more pay-per-views all around. So we'll get that done next week and then be back. But I
guess the week after the subs, I guess we do the AEW draft, right?
Yeah, I think we have to run down SummerSlam and then draft for AEW. Yeah, because SummerSlam is our last, official show of our fantasy roster for WWE. That is your last chance to win, and then we have to switch up and draft before Wembley, so to kick things off. So yeah, we'll be doing our AEW roster draft. So that should be always a little trickier because you never know who the hell is going to be on AEW from show to show, from pay-per-view to pay-per-view, who's going to get the push randomly, who's going to then not be on TV for a while. It's always interesting to try to strategically draft a little AEW. So we'll see what happens. We'll get that done afterwards. We'll talk about more when we get there. JPO, you're a busy man all over the YouTubes. What you got going on?
So we're in round 2 of the tag team tournament. So we had our first round 2 match yesterday. Had some fun over there. Continuing doing those. We got a Robert Kastner birthday match coming up tomorrow. I love my birthday matches that I put on for people. I can't buy you a present, but I'll give you some trivia. And then we're stuff at the Periscope. Other shenanigans. Let's see here. A few weeks away, if you're anywhere near Fort Myers, August 7th. 11 years RPW Roper Wrestling has been clanging and banging, which I think is pretty cool. I think I've said before that we're literally, it's like FIP, maybe someone else, and then us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one else has been around in Florida that much longer. So think about it, Paz. Like, right? Like, nobody else is that.
I mean, the one I've read for USWA started running shows in 2011. Yeah.
Okay.
They got a new show. Yeah, they just announced another one in September. So, to be fair, they've had a few minor hiatuses with venue issues. Like they just had kind of a lengthy hiatus because of it. They lost this armory they ran at for forever. Yeah. Then they were trying to run other places. Now they got the armory back after a year. So it took a while to get it back. But they've got it back now. They're running in September. So,
believe me, I 1000% get that. Where the brewery we're at right now is a place that we weren't at for 2 years. You know what I mean? So no, definitely no qualm on hiatuses in indie wrestling because then we wouldn't count either. Yeah, our 11 would probably smooth more out to maybe 8 or 9. We definitely would have.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Now, to be fair to you guys, USWA ran less frequently than you guys run, so it's not. They would run about every 2 months. If you guys ran monthly kind of a thing.
We changed in 2024 to try monthly. We do run less in order to just make it more special, try to up sales and whatnot, which it has actually worked to a degree. Because there's a point where we're running in 2 different towns. We were twice a month actually. We ran 2 different places once a month. But still, just saying, I still think that's pretty cool. That 11 years now, over 100 some shows.
No, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. And just a lot of good indie talent on that one as well. Last year we had Danhausen, so what a difference a year makes. Who knows?
And JPO's like me. I've run many of indie promotions that lasted maybe 2-3 shows tops, and then we're no longer existed. So I've done many of those as well that I can't count.
I've been on shows that have ran technically negative shows. I've been on books for shows that were debuting that never happened. So
So I've had many a show where it's the money man goes, oh yeah, I got all kinds of great ideas. We're gonna get even bigger next month. Oh man, I'm talking to TV, blah blah, and then it lasts 2 shows and it's gone, and it's over with it.
No, because everyone thinks it's so easy and they'll be rich, and then they see that no, by the time you pay for, I won't get into all the nitty grittiness of it, but X, Y, Z, the ring, the crew, the roster, it adds up.
Insurance on the building, everything, all that kind of stuff.
And a lot of the wrestlers you think are going to draw and make equal their money do not draw and equal their money. That's why you have to be very picky on who you book. You know what I mean? That sounds cool to book a hot new WWE guy, but if he's X amount of money and you're not getting that back, you're screwed. So there's a lot that goes into it. But I was gonna say when I did I did a graphic a year or 2 ago of all the different companies I worked for. I thought it was gonna not take that long, but then when I went through my archives, I was like, I've worked for so many places because half of them ran only a handful of shows.
Right. You know, I wish I never did a full notebook of the shows I did and when and where and like what matches I reffed and all that. I should have done that, but yeah, I if I had done that, I'm sure there would be tons of asterisks of like, and here's what promotion was that? Oh, they ran like one show or had 2 shows and done.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. They had some bar, some club, some whatever. Whatever
Kingpin Pro 1, Second Generation Pro, maybe 4. Yeah, there's plenty of that. I can't even think of the rest of that.
3W2, whatever.
Spirit Pro, I'm pretty sure was 1 or 2. Spirit Pro,
yeah.
X Wrestling.
Yes. Did you ever look up the story of 5-star wrestling in Britain?
I've seen a couple docs on those. They're like essays.
It was pretty much a Ponzi scheme, but yeah, they even had a video game. They had a video game.
They started off with a video game. Yeah, it was like the Croc, and it was like every wrestler was like a ripoff.
But yeah, they couldn't actually use their names. It's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think comedy has that same. So yeah, there's carnies in a lot of industries like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I picked the wrong 2 things to fall in love with: stand-up comedy and pro wrestling. The least paying, most carniest professions.
Yeah, with the shadiest promoters behind the actual shit. Yeah, they were just looking for money. Yeah, the 2 biggest industries for hey brother, I'll get you next time. Kind of a deal. Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! I just got invoiced for a gig I did in 2023. Sick.
Yeah. Anyways, we're getting off topic into the nitty-gritty of stand-up comedy and wrestling behind the scenes. But anyways, Piersco, yes, Piersco. Go check out
Piersco, Real Pro, Pierce Wrestling,
Real Pro, all that.
Why We Love Horror. Me and Pez fought a little bit recently. All that jazz.
Yeah, and I've done some other stuff over there. Go check out Why We Love Horror. Richie.
Yeah, well, speaking of Why We Love Horror, I did face JP recently too. I don't want to.
No, I don't want to advertise that match.
I did Clipperty recently. I'll advertise that. Wink, wink.
I don't want to advertise that match either.
Now that's a loss I can not feel and want to kill myself as badly for. Watch Clipperty.
No, that's fine. Yeah, watch
me, Richie.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm in the second round of that of the Louis Bub tournament and filming soon. Keep your eye out for that.
Louis Memorial. Tell me he's dead again, Richie.
Yeah. I would say Memorial. That was even. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure John Marks said that too the other day. Beyond John Anderson's from best to worst. Thing he does with comedies, shit there. And just that's pretty much me for now. I'll be I could appear on ASAT tournament fights here and there and now and again. So yeah.
Yeah, no, and you can mostly find me over on the Movie Hero Network co-hosting or hosting which shows over there. Yeah, Richie and I just did a little wheel of movies for Event Horizon in honor of Sam Neill, with Malcolm joining us. So yeah, that was a lot of fun to talk some Sam Neill. And then Movie Hero Network's got tier rankers for movies starting with the letter I. They're going through our alphabet series, so it's been a fun way to kind of mix things up and see how many movies start with certain letters. It's more than you think as you go through the alphabet. I got like 200 for I, something like that. So quite a bit. We got a recast next week for Independence Day, so a nice little kind of ensemble there. Should be an interesting one to try to recast. Always fun to try to recast Jeff Goldblum. That's fucking impossible every time. We try
Can I do the guy that does the impression of him that is really good? Does that count?
Yeah, just get that guy just to do Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. Yeah, we had a tough time with it, Jurassic Park, and yeah, anytime we come across something with Jeff Goldblum, like, God damn it, recasting Jeff Goldblum is just fucking impossible. But we try. We'll do our best. And then that's about it. As far as next week, Why We Love Horror, I popped up a couple times recently on there, so check that as well. All right, but yeah, we'll wrap it up till we come back next week for Redemption review and SummerSlam preview. We'll wrap it up there. So for JPO, for Richie Goodacre, I am Austin Pezzel. We'll see you guys next time on the Roman Marks. Bye.